All right, friends, good morning. It is cold and I've been out here a while. The breeze picked up more than I thought. It's out of the southwest. It's making it very difficult to vertical jig fish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to this point and I'm just going to use the jigging wrap, rip that sucker and just see if I can't get a buffalo or a wiper to bite, because a lot of times just before the lake caps, wiper and buffalo like to hang out off this point. If I catch one fish, I'm stoked. See if we can't pull a big monster out of there. Hopefully it works out. There we go. Oh. Well, yeah, I was a little disappointed that that little smallmouth got away, because up until that point I had not sunk my hook into anything. Anyways, what I had noticed while I was vertical jigging that point with a jigging wrap is that the wind was letting up a little bit. There's a little pocket of just some slack water and it was right over a spot I like to fish, and I started vertical jigging some submerged cover. And what we ended up doing was pulling up a couple more crappie. Sure as heck, just like last time, I got a couple to go, and then they became very bashful to it and they wanted nothing to do with my presentation. So we're going to show you guys a couple of those crappie and then we're moving on to the next thing. Check it out. There's another one. These fish aren't as big as last weekend's, but they're there. And they are nice fish. And they're thick fish. Oh, this is great. Hopefully I can just get them to go a little while again. Another beautiful crappie there. Didn't think this was going to happen today with the wind. We're just over these fish circulating through. And I'm just going to try to be gentle with them. I think last weekend I got a bit too excited, played them a bit too hard and kind of spooked them off, but there's another beautiful black crappie there. So we're going to try to play them a bit more quiet today. Get that fish back, see how many we can pull up. Oh, it's amazing how this worked out. Another beaut. It's just redundant, folks. I'm just dropping to those fish. That school is just kind of milling around in the area, and I'm just trying to be subtle about my presentation, just trying to float it down above them. Just have a light footprint here, and we're getting on a couple. It's awesome. Just like last time, those fish eventually got smart to it, and they just will not even interact today with anything else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop back over to what I initially was going to do, go to that point and see if I can't just pull a big wiper or a buffalo up from the depths with a jigging wrap to finish the day. It's just a crapshoot, and that's usually how it goes in the winter. Right before it freezes over, I usually have a trip that's just quite a crapshoot, just because right place, right time, fish are clustered, very difficult, eyelets freezing, and it just makes for a tough time out on the water. So we're going to make the best of it, see if we can catch one more fish and then call it a day. Stay tuned. Bring these big boys into the boat. I just release them off the side. On the side of the mouth there. Look at this big old fish. So that's probably a snag. There he goes. Back to the depths. Big old fish. That's what I'm talking about. Those buffalo stack up here. Sometimes the wiper do too, but the last couple of years those wiper have been fewer and further between, so I don't know what their deal is, but bunch of buffalo. So we got our target species, we got some crappie. Better than going home skunked on these cold days where you just don't know what's gonna happen. After I caught that buffalo, I did indeed pack it in and head home shortly thereafter. The wind was getting really choppy. It just wasn't really that enjoyable to be out there anymore. I'm pretty die-hard, but when it's that cold and breezy and just tough to fish, I sometimes just pack it in early. I was going to talk a bit about crappie fishing, but you can easily just go watch some of my more recent videos and watch a ton on vertical jigging crappie. So I'm going to skip the details on those crappie. Go watch some of my other videos and you can learn a lot about vertical jigging crappie. Looking ahead towards the weekend, this weird intermittent season between unsafe ice and open water, it's just really tough to pick a body of water because they're few and far between. The tailwaters of dams are probably still a good likely spot to pick up some type of fish, bass, wiper, something, walleye, even crappie maybe, or white bass. I love catching fish in general, so I will go anywhere just to scratch the itch. So we might go to a dam, we might try to get on a lake that's still wide open, maybe some protected areas away from that wind that might hold fish, somewhere where I can just jig fish, try to catch fish, and also have a pleasant time out there. I don't want to fight it anymore. I'll see you soon, friends. Take care in the meantime. Catch them. If you can travel, take advantage of it. If you have time, if you have the time, take advantage of it, because maybe someday you will not have the time. So take advantage of every opportunity to go enjoy nature and spend time on the water. Peace. Take care, everyone.